Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. As promised, we're going to be doing the Gladiator Beast deck profile, a very controlled pace deck, so let's get into it. First, we're going to be running triple Gladiator Beast Lucari. This is our main guy that we want to go into. He's a 2100 beater when being tagged into. Overall, just an amazing card. Fire monster is really not much else to say about it. A lot of variants do run 2, which is fine. I opted the 3 is because he is our strongest Gladiator Beast in form of attacking out situation. If you want to go into him, he becomes 2100. And you always want to keep your war chariots live, so having him face up is a pretty strong showing. Next, we're going to be going into 2 Gladiator Beastie quests. Probably one of the most dangerous Gladiator Beasts we have in the terms of adding cards to our hand. Keep in mind it says add a Gladiator Beast card to your hand. That means Respite, any of your Gladiator Beast monsters, you're more than likely going to be adding Bastari if you were to add a monster to your hand, and your War Chariots become very live with this card. Overall, just a really good card, and you run 2 because you don't want to have 1 in hand and then no outs in your deck. So you always run 2. Overall, still good, and you can always double tag in two of these, which is amazing if you get their effects off. Next, excuse them not being secret rare, we're going to be running 2 Gladiator Beast Darius. In any Prisma type build, you want to run 2 Darius, or any build where you know you're going to get Bastari to the graveyard, you want to have more than 1. Overall, just an amazing card. Our special summoner from the graveyard, he can get out any Gladiator Beast. Keep that in mind, but its effect is negated. Had his effect not been negated, this card will probably be a lot better. But we'll stick to the regular thing. It's an easy outlet to Gladiator Beast Esadari. It helps us with our Heraclinos plays, our Geysers plays. Overall, just a really good card. Next, we're going to be running 2 Test Tiger. A lot of builds ran 3. I'm going to drop it down to 2 for consistency issues. Also, the card is also very, very good. It can be dead at times. You'll see me summon a Gladiator Beast, summon Test Tiger, and tag into Sandmite, which is the card that's going to come up next, and then attack, and then that's still pretty good. Overall, you don't want 3 because you don't want to clog your hand, and it's it's too good with Prisma play, so you do want them in the deck. Next, we're going to be running Gladiator Beast Sandmite. Because we do run Test Tiger, like aforementioned, Sandmite is a very viable card. Being able to summon Sandmite straight from the deck, run over a monster, and then search any Gladiator Beast card that you feel is very good. Also, he's another outlet besides Lucari to summon. Just a really, really good card overall. Very, very, very versatile in the terms that he's a beast monster and he's a 1600. Overall, with Gladiator Beast, there's a couple of routes that I could have went to. I could have went to Horn of the Phantom Beast build. I could have went to a Tinky build, and it's just so many outlets that this deck can do. But I'm choosing a basic standard Prisma build, and Sandmite's going to be very viable in this build. Next, we're going to go to 1 Elemental Hero Prisma. Anything more than 1 is a little bit laggy, mainly because if you ever needed to, you have 4 targets in between 3 emergency calls and 1 Rhoda. Just overall, really good card. If you guys didn't know, Prisma has 4 targets, 1 Bastari, and 3 Lucari that he can turn into, and War Chariot does because active for that turn that he is a Gladiator Beast. Next, we're going to be doing 1 Gladiator Beast Bastari. We only run 1 because Konami says we can only run 1. But once it comes to 3, I think 2 would be very viable. It's a very good card. Destroying back row around this time of the format is still very good as long as you can protect the Bastari when it's summoned. Just a really good card. Next is 1 Gladiator Beast Retari, or Retiari, however you guys want to say it. He hits graveyard decks. He really wants to cripple those cards, and he does an amazing job at it. A lot of people were iffy with him, but him coupled with Murmillo is some great rank 3 play, so overall just a really good card. Next, instead of Murmillo, we're going to be running 1 Thunder King YuGiOh. The biggest reason why I dropped Murmillo from the build is because he's only single destruction and his attack is 800. Now, don't get me wrong, Murmillo, I'd probably take Thunder King YuGiOh out for Murmillo, but since we want to run more of a control pace build, we want to control the field, and Thunder King YuGiOh is the perfect asset for that. Next, we're going to be running for spells, 3 Forbidden Lance. Overall, just a really good card. You want to protect your Geysers plays. You want to protect your Bastari. You want to protect your Gladiator Beast at all costs, and Lance help you do that. Keep in mind that the 800-point reduction can be used in damage step to help your Gladiator Beast get over any card. Overall, Lance is just a really, really amazing card in this deck, having all of its purposes being fully used in this deck. Next, we're going to do Triple Proving Ground. I've never been wrong with Triple Proving Ground. I've seen a lot of builds run 2. I don't knock them for it. Triple Proving Ground is easy for that Bastari access. You're going to need it for those Geysers plays. It also helps you open up with a Gladiator Beast if you don't open up with Gladiator Beast. You run a very low monster count. I run approximately 14 monsters, and I believe 11 of them are Gladiator Beasts. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably 10 of them are Gladiator Beasts, and you need the Proving Ground to open up with those Gladiator Beasts and get out that War Chariot and make it out live. Next, we're going to be running 2 Kaiser Coliseum. Now, Kaiser Coliseum is something that I just threw in there to test it, and overall, it's becoming amazing against the Tier 1 decks. Mermails can't spam out, Dragons can't spam out, none of the stuff can spam out unless they get rid of Kaiser Coliseum first. Keep in mind, normally when you have Kaiser Coliseum, you're going to have some back row, so your opponent's going to have to deal with that and your back row. Overall, just a good card. You never really have more than 2 Gladiator Beasts, and you can always make Esadari to make your Kaiser Coliseum live again. Next, it really doesn't matter what you run or how you run it. You can run 2 E-calls, you can run 1 Rota, you can run 1 Rota, 1 E-call. It does not matter because they both get Prisma. We're going to run Emergency Call. I'm sorry, I always call it Elemental Hero Call. And then we're going to be running Reinforcement of the Army. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter how you get the Prisma. They're always live because Prisma goes back to deck when you contact Fuse. So we're going to run 2 to get that Prisma out as searchable as possible. Next, we're going to be running 1 Indomitable of the Gladiator Beast. I found this card to have a lot of success, especially in mid to late game, mainly because you put a lot of Gladiator Beasts in your graveyard by accident through destruction of Mirror Force, such and such, whatever, and Indomitable Gladiator Beast allows you to put them back to your deck and add that to your hand. Also, just gets rid of a lot of Gladiator Beast cards when you're in a good situation. At the very worst, it does give a Gladiator Beast monster 500 attack, which is still pretty good. It puts that Sandmite at 2100, it puts Lucaria at 2600, able to get over Stardust. Overall, just an amazing card if you ask me. 1 Book of Moon, because why aren't we running Book of Moon? It's one of the most versatile cards in this format. We're going to run as many as Konami allows us, and since they only allow us to run 1, we're going to run 1. For traps, we're going to be running triple War Chariot. Now, like I said, you want War Chariot to be live at all times. And that's why we're running triple War Chariot to increase our odds of opening it in the beginning turn. Also, negating effects and being able to recycle it is just amazing. I've seen a lot of players run 2. And this format where effects are very heavy, I want to get War Chariot to my hand and abuse it as fast as possible. So that's why I opted to 3. Next, I'm going to be running double Save Zone. I'm going to protect my Gladiator Beast and my Geyserist plays from all my opponent's stuff. It's also a very versatile card, being able to save zone my opponent's monster if I can't get over it, and then Geyserist to save zone to get rid of very, very problematic cards such as Key Beetle and stupid stuff like that. Just a really, really good card overall. Its full versatility comes in Gladiator Beast because the monster isn't destroyed by battle. You get the tag out. The monster is destroyed by card effects. Your monster stays on the field. Just overall, just an extremely good card. Next, we're going to be running 2 Waboku. Gladiator Beast put Waboku on the map because you would set a Gladiator Beast there to attack, you chain Waboku. Now, your Gladiator Beast can now tag out, it can't be destroyed. Just overall, really good card for stopping your opponent attacks. I really love this card, and I don't think I'd run anything less than 2 in this build. I'm actually, sometimes I'll run 3 to be so sure, because this card is just so good. I don't want to stress the fact that Waboku protects your Gladiator Beast from battle and allows you to tag out at the same time, getting through your engine as fast as possible. Next, we're going to be running Forca del Asfalo. No, I'm just playing. They're called Mirror Force and Portuguese and Spanish respectively, yada yada yada. Overall, just really good cards in this format. Getting rid of your opponent's monsters are pretty good, and even deathering your opponents to think you have Mirror Force is still amazing. But since we do have Stardust problems, we're going to be running 2 Dimensional Prison, and Dimensional Prison are overall just amazing. Getting over Stardust is the biggest threat to Gladiator Beast. I know Stardust doesn't play too much, but Stardust will shut down a Gladiator Beast deck. So Dimensional Prison is being ran in here as well. Next, we're going to have 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Compulse, and 1 Bottomless. Our 1-ups in the deck. They're still very good at 1, still very versatile and useful, so we're going to run those in there. Now for sideboard. Before I even talk about sideboard, I'm going to talk about 2 cards that could have made main board, but didn't. Fiendish Chain, obviously, you guys seen them in a couple of my games. If you haven't seen my games, go ahead and check them out. Fiendish Chain provides 5 to 6 effect negation monsters, which is pretty problematic for your opponent. There was one game where I think I had triple War Chariot and 1 Fiendish Chain. The War Chariots did all of the work, but the Fiendish Chain was still there just in case. Another card would be Memory Loss, which actually be extremely good for this deck, mainly because it switches the opponent's monsters to defense, allowing your Gladiator Beast to battle with the monster, and in case they don't survive, in case they don't get over your opponent's monster, they still get the tag out. It also has that effect negation inside of it. Memory Loss is a card I would not sleep on in Gladiator Beast, just an amazing card. Next, let's get to side deck. I'm going to be running that 3rd Kaiser Coliseum Kalazim, mainly because of those Mermels, those Dragons, those Dragonities, anything that does all that stuff. Kaiser Kalazim is going to basically stop all that trash and stop my opponent from doing anything that they want to do when it comes in terms of mass special summoning. Next is triple Space Typhoon. You never know what you see. Space Typhoon is always a good sideboard option if you don't mainboard it. I never really needed them in mainboard, but sideboard going into against burn and stuff like that, there's obviously some choices that I don't need in there, like, I don't know, almost all of it. So we start the side out stuff and go into Mystical Space Typhoon. Next, for you Prophecy players, we're going to be running triple anti-spell fragrance. And if anybody remembers Fragrance Glads, they were a pain in the ass. Well, now they're back in terms of making your opponent set all their spells and traps and then go into Geysers to destroy everything that they have. Just overall, really good card for Gladiator Beast. We don't really need our spells as much as the opponent does, so we tend to make up with it in anti-spell fragrance. Next, we're going to run triple Vanity's Emptiness. I don't like my opponent special summoning more than me. We're keep in mind that it's very versatile. There's actually a couple of cards that I would run over Vanity's Emptiness, but for the meta right now, since it's being so special summonable, Vanity's Emptiness is probably going to be what I'm going with. Then more Elemental Dragon Hate, we're going to be running Royal Prison. Anything in Graveyard, monsters cannot be special summoned from the Graveyard, which doesn't hurt us as much. We just have to quest our monsters back. We really don't rely on Darius when this card's on field. It doesn't hurt us as much, and it hurts a lot of other players a lot more. Then the last two cards we're going to be running is Summon Limit. As you guys can see, this deck does not summon more than twice per turn, so Summon Limit is amazing in here. I really like it, but there's a lot of other side deck choices. Gladiator Beasts are so flexible with side deck choices, and one of them I actually wanted to say is Hedgeguard. I know people who haven't been playing Gladiator Beasts or haven't even known about Gladiator Beasts, but Hedgeguard actually used to be amazing. Picture it as an effect veiler for your Gladiator Beast, allowing you to discard it and it becomes a Waboku. This was extremely good when Lightsworn had their double and triple Honest, and when Blackwings, who now have their triple Kalu. This allows you to get over them and then tag out, since your opponent's going to be doing a lot of tricky stuff like that. I would keep my eye on this card as well. It's still a very good card for Gladiator Beast. Next, we're going to be doing 2 Extra Deck. And Extra Deck is pretty simple. Besides 2 Geysers, which obviously is our boss monster of the deck, makes our main plays, gets over my opponent's back row. Keep in mind, it's our only fusion that can tag out, so use that wisely. Next will be 2 Esadari. Extremely good when you have Kaiser Kalazim on the field and you want to keep that control. You want to keep that one monster control. Just tag any of your 2 Gladiator Beasts and bring out Esadari. And even if you have multiple monsters, tag out 2 monsters, bring out Esadari, tag out those monsters, bring out Esadari, tag out until you get down to 1 Esadari. It's been done before just to keep my opponent from spamming out whatever he wants to do. So overall, Esadari is an amazing card. Next is going to be 2 Gladiator Beasts Heraclinos. Why 2 Heraclinos? I don't know. You normally only summon 1, but it's still just an amazing card. Being able to negate your opponent's spells and traps and then have War Chariot set basically spells game for your opponent. This is amazing against burn players. Pretty much settles this for them and just stops everything that they're doing. Next, for the extra deck, I mean, it's really whatever you want to play. 1 Diamond Direwolf. I'm not even going to go into explanation with these cards because it's whatever you want to play, because the deck is just so versatile after that. It's nothing really else to play. I never summon any of these cards, so we're just going to go into this stuff. I'm just going to show you the Abyss Dweller, the Gaga Cowboy, the Roach, Maestro, number 17, Leviair, I'm sorry, and Fortune Tune. It really nothing else to say after that. Overall, this deck is very fast-paced, conservative, consistent, and it tends on negating your opponent's effect, something that's being seen widely this format. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to say about this deck. It's just extremely consistent. If you guys want to see how it plays, just look below on the description. There's going to be a playlist of me playing the deck. Playing the deck for 5 days. I apologize about that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.